Welcome to A Night at the Stables, Thirst Edition.
We forgot drinks, but that's okay.
So this video, we were gonna post a different video first.
And wait, before we get any further, this is Carly.
Oh, and that's Maggie.
And we're your hosts. Okay.
Now continue.
Now we keep going.
So we were gonna do a different video first, but we decided there was a different issue going on that's more urgent and time sensitive. So if you want to explain.
It is a Highland cow, and if anybody is familiar with Highland cows, they're those big, fuzzy, long-haired cows with the pretty horns that everybody sees and wants and buys stuffed animals of and stuff because they're the cutest things, and you just want to wrap your arms around them and cuddle them forever. It's very time sensitive. We need people with their eyes open watching for this steer. His name is Hamish.
And we'll include pictures of him as well in the video. That way you guys know what he looks like.
Okay, so I just wanted to make sure that we're all good recording this conversation and posting it on the podcast. We're not going to edit anything that we discuss. So I will try to mind my vocabulary.
Me as well. I'm not very good at that, so correct me if I get a little crazy.
In situations like this, I mean, it's sickening. It's sickening that people do this, but it's, you know, it's all that we can do to just try and rectify the situation.
No, absolutely. I mean, just like getting the word out there, I think is the biggest thing that's going to help at this point, because we've gone 4 days without, you know, any authorities really like taking stock in what had happened.
Yeah.
And so I'm, 96 hours behind at this point, and he could really be anywhere, essentially.
Oh, yeah.
And so, hi, Ashley. This is Carly, by the way.
Hi.
So just kind of just to start it off, can you tell us about Hamish?
Yeah, so I acquired Hamish from another lady who actually had him for 7 years, but her and her husband wanted to snowbird, and obviously Scottish Highlands don't do well in the deserts of Arizona. They are happier in higher country where it snows and is cooler. And so she reached out to me. She had posted him on Facebook, actually, but I had started a kids program where my husband and I teach kids about agriculture, livestock, horses, and really tried to provide a community for kids that maybe don't have the means or the space to have livestock themselves.
Yeah.
So we thought Hamish would be a great fit for that. Also, he's bigger. He kind of like helps draw the kids in. He's special. He's unique looking. But also I know that he had been a pet his whole life. So he was a steer that was going to be safe to be around kids. He'd never been on open range before or, been a wild cow. He's always been a pet his whole life. And so that was important to me to be able to maintain safety for my students and the people that have seen him as well. And so I talked with his previous owner, and we both decided it would be a great fit, and I was able to add him to our program. And so I have had him for a little over a year now at my house, using him for our program. And when I moved here, I kind of was in, a tough situation, and he really like brought a lot of joy to my life, seeing him every morning and drinking coffee. He's so big and so beautiful. It was so wonderful to be able to see him and have him in my yard.
He is
a breath of fresh air, if you will.
He is so cute.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of him, and I see these the Highland cows that they post all over Facebook and everything, and I want one to cuddle with.
Yeah, they're definitely all the rage right now. They are definitely the most popular cow that we see in the media and in pictures and things the last couple of years.
Well, So I know it's been about 4 days since he went missing. And obviously the first thing we always try to do is say, all right, where did the fence break? What T-post did they pull out? And, we never resort first to theft.
Mm-hmm.
And I do know from experience with some cows and steers that fences don't hold up well when they decide they're going to go through it, and they make it quite obvious that they have gone through it. So how, when you noticed him missing that first day, what went through your head, and what steps did you take to try and find him? And
Yeah, that was the same as your boat. Livestock is livestock. Sometimes they're mischievous and they're going to do what they want to do,
yes.
And so my first initial thought was not that, oh my gosh, someone stole my cow. I just went out to feed and he was gone. And I was originally, when I didn't see him, because as you walk out my door, he's right there, like directly in front of my door, a bit of ways, but I can typically see him as soon as I walk out of the house. I didn't see him, and I didn't think anything of it because I'm not sure that you're aware, but in the White Mountains we had 60-mile-an-hour winds for that weekend.
I know.
And so yeah, it was definitely crazy outside. And so my alarm bell didn't go off first. And I was like, you know what? He's probably hiding in the trees, because cows don't like to be in that kind of wind either. They typically shade up under a tree and kind of will get out of the elements. So I decided to walk around the pastures and see if he had tucked himself into the tree, because if I call him, he'll come right to me, like a dog. Literally, it'll run right to me if I say his name.
Right.
And he was not there. And so I was like, this is strange, because the horses that he lives with were in the pasture. And there was no fence down, no gate was open. He's 1,800 pounds. And so typically the one time he did escape, like you mentioned, he would take out the entire fence. Or you could see his drag marks where he literally physically drug his whole body. Because we do have barbed wire, so he doesn't also like to go through barbed wire either. Right. It's not exactly enjoyable for him to go through that. And so I was like, you know what, the neighboring allotment, there is a neighboring grazing allotment near my house, and he had just pushed a lot of the cows to the other side, to where the water was, because there's only water on one side of that pasture. And I was like, he probably went to go make some friends.
Right.
So we got on our horses and we reached out to some neighbors, and a couple of my friends also came and got on horseback, and we looked everywhere. We called all the local ranchers that own the grazing allotments that surround all three sides of our little neighborhood, our little community, and they went out and looked. He was not there, which is really strange, because he's not gonna go run away. He's not like a dog that's gonna continue to move and move and move, especially in the elements that we were experiencing that weekend. So the fact that we went to nightfall and no one had seen him, and none of the neighbors had even seen him walking down the road or anything.
The panic starts to hit.
Yeah, and this is where some of the speculation came in on social media, and kind of why this story blew up is that I had posted Hamish for sale the night before at 9:30 p.m. on Facebook, just on my personal page, because I wanted to see if any of my friends wanted him, because I wanted to make sure it was a good home and he stayed in the White Mountains or in a higher elevation area. That would be a better environment for him. I didn't want to open it up to the general public, and have people in the valley wanting to bring him down there. And so I had posted on Facebook, and a really good friend of mine who actually was my neighbor at my previous location in the valley, and she also moved to Show Low, was like, I want him, and she knows him. I've known them. My husband's a farrier. He shod her horses. I know both of her children. I work with their wives, and I have massaged their horses also for the last 12 years. So I have a very deep relationship with this family. No money was exchanged, because they were out of town, and she's like, I want him. Don't tell him, when I get back, I'm going to come pick him up. And I said, no problem. I trust you. This is the home I want. So I did not entertain any other offers, and I listed him as sold.
Did anybody reach out possibly during that might have
I
been
had a
upset?
lot of comments on the post, but I did not entertain any other offers because as soon as I post him, I mean, within 30 minutes, me and Shannon had already made a deal.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I didn't entertain any other offers. I didn't give anybody my address. I didn't do anything, as far as that goes, to welcome other people into my home to see him. So that is what happened as far as the social media goes. When I was riding my horse, I didn't first take to social media. When I first noticed he was gone, I was still in the mindset of, I'm going to gather him and just get him away from this herd that's living over here across the street from our house. And in that time, the lady who was going to purchase him, her daughters were very worried about him and were like, this is my mom's dream, like this, she wants this cow, we're going to take to social media.
Yeah.
While I was riding, I was unaware of this situation when it happened, and the wording on the post was not very great, and it definitely alluded to the fact that I was the one who was being shady and withholding Hamish from potential buyers. And so this is where it blew up on social media, because it looked like someone had scammed somebody out of a Highland cow. And so the post had gotten shared hundreds of times before I had even seen it.
And I read the post and I didn't see anything sketchy about the whole thing at all. I mean,
yeah.
And I don't want to speculate, but did the police look at everybody who commented that possibly wanted to purchase him? That may have, my pig is acting up outside the door right now.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
Anybody that potentially who was upset that they didn't have the opportunity to purchase him and they wanted him. So, I mean, I can't tell. I know as a rescue, my address has to be posted on my Facebook as a 501c3. But
yes.
I don't, is your address posted on your Facebook page? I mean, is it public?
It is. It is not posted on my public page. However, my husband and I run Cuppins Livestock Services. Our name is very well known on this mountain. A lot of people know who I am. They know who my husband is. My family was, I was born and raised here. My family lives here. My roots run deep in this town. And so a lot of people know who I am. And so all it would take is one little search. A guy even had posted on the thread that, hey, it's not that hard to find her. This was like 4 days or 3 days later. He said, I literally just went on the Onyx map to drive around to help find Hamish, and my name is right there, the properties I own and where my animals are.
Yeah.
So it's public information. If you go on a county assessor's website and you see my name and you search my name or my husband's name, the properties that we own pull right up.
Wow.
So, anybody could do that. Really, it's not that hard to find out where someone lives. But by the time I had seen that Facebook post, I was like, oh my goodness, this is not good. And so I tried to make a clarifying post, and I was still in that frantic stage, like actually realizing that my steer was gone.
Right.
And I was just grasping at straws and taking any breadcrumbs I could find. And come to find out, I may have posted a little bit prematurely, but I heard that a sheriff had received a call of a cow walking down the road. And this was a report. It was a cow or a bull that was black with horns. And someone had called it in at 12 o'clock to Navajo County Sheriff's Office. And then I had spoke to a dispatcher, and I also spoke to other people who also said that 2 people were pushing a steer or a bull. They referred to him as a bull down the road.
Oh, so and people with him.
So I did post that on social media because I was not able to talk to the officer, the sheriff, deputy, whatever you want to call him, right. That evening because he had gone off shift that morning at 7 a.m. So that sheriff did, so I had posted on Facebook that day the information that I was given, and then the sheriff did actually call me that evening. It was, I believe, like 10:35 in the evening when he got back on patrol and had seen that I had called and that I was talking to dispatch, and he was able to clarify the story that they did receive a call of a bull with horns walking down the road at Silver Lake Estates, and that 2 people had knocked on my door at around the same time within that 12 to 12:45 time frame. I did not hear the people knocking on my door, but my ranch hand did. So he walked with them, didn't see them, and they kept saying bull in black, and those 2 things, Hamish is not a bull, you know, he is a steer. So somebody who's younger and is like, no, that's not our cow, like, we don't own that, instead of going to look and see if our cow was actually in there. So there is a big time lapse, and in that time the sheriff responded to that non-emergent call, and why everybody went southeast, the sheriff tried to follow one track that went northwest and drove up the opposite road. Wonderful. And he did not actually see Hamish. So the initial report is that the sheriff saw it, he knocked on our door, asked if this was our cow, and we said no. And that was the story. However, the sheriff did not actually see him. He just followed the tracks and was responding to the call because it was allegedly a big cow, and he didn't want anybody to hit it in the middle of the night.
Right.
So I tried to clarify that post, and a lot of people are like, this isn't making sense, like the money transfer, and this is really how everything kind of got convoluted and really confusing, because I was grasping at straws, and so it kind of became social media famous, if you will, and then or viral, and then I was able to make some clarifying posts. We were able to get all other posts from everybody down off social media, so that way my page is the only one being followed at this moment, so we can keep information clear, concise, and I can list it as I get it.
Right.
In that time, I was trying to report to Navajo County Sheriff's Office after this had happened. It had been 36 hours and we still had no sign of Hamish. I still had not talked to the livestock inspector, despite mine and my husband's efforts calling multiple times, leaving multiple voicemails. So we would refer back to the Sheriff's Department. They said they don't take reports for missing livestock, and so they kept referring us back to the livestock inspector. And on Sunday I called them and said, listen, I am trying to get a hold of the livestock inspector, cannot get a hold of him, can you guys take some kind of report that this is a situation that we're in? And they were very nice. The dispatcher was wonderful, and she said, let me talk to my sheriff's deputy, I'm going to get back to you. And I said, great. So then that deputy called me on Monday and was able to create a report number, and we had not talked to the livestock inspector still at this point on Monday. And my husband and I drove to Globe because we had received an anonymous tip that they saw Hamish in a white truck and trailer in Globe. And so we contacted Globe PD, and they've been amazing and trying to look at flock cameras, but it's a very busy highway. We don't know what direction they're in. We don't know if they actually stopped at Walmart. The tip was anonymous. There's not many leads to follow. But we had something, so they were willing to work with us. So I posted it on social media, and someone in my neighborhood had seen it. And she's like, we also saw a white truck and trailer leaving the back road by your property, by your pastures. It was at 1 o'clock in the morning, which fits the timeline of the report, the sheriff looking, and them leaving.
And were there tire tracks back there? Could you see that a vehicle had gone back there?
It's a dirt road, and it's highly traveled, and so it's not, I mean, there were tire tracks, but it wasn't anything that we could really follow. It's a dirt road, you know, and we had 60-mile-an-hour winds, and things were blowing away, and it was just a little hectic. So we grasped at those straws. We gave all the information to all of the agencies, and they were trying to run with it. And then I have a lot of amazing friends who work in the agricultural community and work for different livestock companies, and they really use their resources to get the word out, since we were not able to get the livestock agent to respond to us, essentially. And
the greatest thing that's going on right now is that nobody's doing their auctions this weekend. There are no auctions this weekend because it's the 4th of July, which is, I mean, that's the greatest thing that can happen.
Yes. That is wonderful, and I'm so grateful. And every stockyard has reached out to me. We've reached out to them. We've also reached out to every processor that we can think of in Arizona and New Mexico. And we have also looked at Colorado and Texas and kind of tried to get the word out there as well. And I really have amazing people in the ag community who have really come to bat for me and my husband at this time. And then we did have a little bit of an update this morning that I haven't been able to share. I know a lot of people on social media keep giving all these ideas and things. We did speak to a news story. They did release Hamish's story this morning on the Phoenix radio talk station. And then I think because of that, both the Sheriff's Department and Glow PD have reached out to me, and they are reviewing flock cameras to see if there's any sign of Hamish. It's just a little hard because those cameras focus on license plates, and so to really like zoom into a stock trailer and get a, you know, like a definite picture, like this is my cow, without knowing exactly what kind of white truck and trailer it is really hard to pin down. And when I say they've spent hours of looking at footage, I mean hours. They've spent the last 2 days combing through things from Sholo to Globe to try to find him. Walmart has actually been really wonderful helping us as well. They've allowed us to access their loss prevention cameras.
Nice.
Not with me directly, but with the police department. And so everybody keeps saying, like, you know, ask these businesses, do these businesses, get these cameras. And we're trying, but they do not release things to civilians.
Right.
It is a risk.
Yeah.
Yes. And so I can only do what the police tell me. I was able to provide the police with all the tips that people were telling me on social media. I've combed through thousands of comments, thousands of messages, and really tried to hone in on things that seem credible.
Right.
And if I can get any more information, like a receipt at the store you were at with a timestamp, so I can like verify that you were actually there and that your story is correct and concise. And I have forwarded it to both police departments. Now that they are investigating it and it has gone viral on social media, me as a civilian, they are not running off the tips that I give them unless I have hard evidence. To give them, which makes sense.
I know I did suggest something, and Christine Griffin also suggested something, and it's not free. It's that Net Posse program.
Yes, that's correct.
I know that they charge you for it, but they also have people that go to the auctions that watch for the animals. They get updates on their phone. I'm always watching at the auctions. And any horse that I get in as a surrender or that's a seizure or something like that, first thing I do is go to Net Posse and try to look for these animals. But it's not something that you have to continuously pay for. It's a one-time fee, and literally they send flyers out everywhere, and horses and dogs and horse trailers are being stolen and recovered rather quickly. They had a story recently that the horse had gone missing 11 years, I think. And somebody had purchased it, saw the Net Posse, and called the owner, and the horse was returned. I mean, it was a lot cheaper when I lost my horse. It was only $20 to do it. I think it's either $100 or $150 now. But
yeah, I was reading the fine print, and they definitely moved it more. So it's $150 for one single post, and then in order to have pictures or numbers, that's an additional add-on. Or lines written. So it definitely goes up. In order to have 5 posts and flyers, it's over $500.
I can tell you, if you go to their Facebook page, one post gets shared thousands of times. That's like the important part. I mean, there's posts that they continue to post the flyers. Even they call them the cold case reviews, and they do regular cold case reviews, trying to find horses that went missing several years ago. I mean,
correct.
It's expensive, but it's not expensive, but it's expensive, if that makes sense.
Yes, yeah. And I mean, no stone unturned, right? That's definitely something we were looking into, but we definitely invested our money into flying drones the last couple days because I was still holding out hope. The Sheriff's Department also has not given us the go-ahead to say that he was stolen. So, and essentially on anything credible, we just have to say missing at this point because I don't have concrete evidence that he was stolen. So we have kind of shifted that wording and are, making some changes. We also have had some people donate money to his reward, which I have put my money into. So I was just trying to kind of like play my cards and see where this lands before I was, able to invest into that situation. Also, they wanted to know if I did have a report or a criminal investigation. Right. So I was trying to get, and that kind of changes the trajectory of what you pay for and what you receive, whether it's just a lost pet or there is a criminal investigation involved. Right. So I was trying to wrap that up with the sheriffs today and get a, definite answer of what I could list it as. Because I'm just trying to do everything by the book. So that way, if we do find Hamish, no one could say foul play or nothing. I'm just trying to keep it, as clear and concise as possible. But I am in the works with that. Someone did offer to volunteer to pay for that. So I am working with them right now. They're willing to donate the money to pay for that.
I would
the equine thing.
I would definitely do that because those. I mean, it's shared nationwide. I mean, I share posts from England. Horses are being stolen in England and then shipped to the United States, and they're being found here. It's crazy what's going on right now. And Deb Metcalf, you can probably reach out to Debbie Metcalf. She's the founder of Net Posse, and she started it because her horse was stolen. But I mean, it's stretched out to all livestock that's gone missing. And Hamish fits right in. He fits right into all those.
He does, yeah. And I'm so lucky to know so many people that work, in the auction spaces and in the agricultural world. So I've really got some great resources that have helped us. I think that's also what made it go viral. Right. And I think one thing I just want to know is that a lot of people have kind of taken away from the investigation, if you will, just being rude. And so if people are listening to this, I don't think we need to get into a biology lesson about what a cow, a steer, or a bull is, although it is important when we're talking to authorities. Yeah. Your average person is going to consider Hamish a cow. They're going to mention him when they say, they're going to say, I saw a cow with horns, or they're going to say, I saw a bull with horns. Right. Everybody knows Ferdinand, right? He's the bull with horns. They're going to assume that Hamish is that because he has horns. And there's been a lot of back and forth and people making different reports saying I'm lying because in one place I say cow and one place I say steer because I was just talking to somebody. Right. And they're like, yeah, you're a cow. And so I'm like, yes, our cow. Because your average everyday person is not going to get into the biology lesson of castration and and if it's a heifer or if it's a bred cow or if it had a baby, it gets a little crazy there. So I just want so I just want the public to know, yes, Hamish is a steer. He is not a bull. But your everyday person is going to refer to him as a cow. Yes. So if he does, don't take the post down or report it as untrue because that is the definition. And if you want to get technical, we could call him bovine, but we're not going there. So
I almost feel like people run out of things to do, so they just look for people to attack. You're not being helpful. Just share, comment on the post. Share with your friends, share it to anybody that's in the valley. I have a lot of followers that are in the valley versus up here. I know more people down there than up here, and I'll get. Hopefully, this podcast will reach out there, and somebody will see him if he is in fact down in the valley.
Yes, I have a lot of contacts in the valley as well. I've massaged horses down there for over 12 years now, and my husband's been a farrier there for 10. So, and we've worked at quite a few ranches in that area, and my husband's packed for the Forest Service, and so we do have, luckily, a lot of contacts that spread from southern Arizona to northern Arizona to eastern Arizona, into Buckeye. So we kind of got that covered. And we have some contacts in California, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, just because of the people that we know. So we're definitely trying to get it spread wide. We've talked to every sale barn, every auction house, every processor. If you have thought of it, we've done it.
Have you reached
The only
out to
thing
Bowie? Did you reach out to Bowie yet? And Stanley
to
Bowie?
who?
Bowie auctions, the Bowie livestock in Bowie, Texas.
Yes, I believe my husband had contact with them. I can't verify that. That was like kind of my husband's game, where I've been dealing with the sheriffs and all of that. And my husband's also a firefighter, and it's wildland season, as I'm sure everybody knows.
Yeah.
So he has been gone for many days, and so on the front of when I'm doing all of the legwork on the horses, he's been on the back end doing all of the calling and everything that he can when he has an off minute.
Yeah, I mean, it's scary. I mean, it's been so many days already, and we have to play catch up. We've got to get his picture everywhere, and we have to get people seeing it. There are some other websites that I will send to you on Facebook that are free. They're equine sites for lost and stolen horses, but they are free and they are shared like monstrously. So I'll get them sent over to you so you have something to go on. And then I know you mentioned the reward. Do you have a Zelle code or something that we could post on the podcast if people are interested in donating to the reward and trying to increase it?
I have not set up a separate account for that. That is something that I'm in the process of working on. I originally was Hamish's previous owner and myself were going to be the ones to just front that out of our own pockets. But we had a couple of people who are willing to donate, so she's kind of taken the lead on that. Not that I'm too prideful, it's just with all of the speculation that I was keeping him and the threats that my family and I had received the last couple of days. I've been very hesitant to post anything about like monetarily wise on my own personal page, just because things are finally calming down where we're not, our businesses and my children and things are not being attacked on social media, which is like, you don't think that happens, but people go crazy. And I have 2 kids, and people really, really came down hard on me and my family. And it's finally starting to calm down, so I have taken that time to not get into that side of it. But I do have a few people who are interested, as well as that lady who is willing to, donate the funds for that missing horse site. So that's something that I'm working on, I guess. I just have never been in this position before, so I'm trying to tread lightly and do what's right.
It's amazing to me how many people are out there looking to bash other people. I don't understand the behavior of some of these folks unless they're trying to turn a blind eye, get everybody to turn a blind eye because maybe they're part of the situation. That's what I think. When somebody starts attacking somebody who is trying to locate a lost animal or lost livestock, and they go after him, it's like, well, were you part of the theft? Why are you so hostile towards this whole situation? Because there's no reason.
Yeah, it's crazy. The names I was called, the messages, like, they went after my business. It was just insane. I've never experienced anything like it in my years of doing social media, and it was just something that kind of like took me aback. And I have 2 children I have to think about as well, and so I wasn't sure how to venture into that side of like creating a Zelle. I kind of wanted things to calm down, and although nothing sketchy or shady was happening to the outside world, like that's the story that they had came up with, and people kind of got their pitchforks and really like jumped on the bandwagon before like I was even able to make a story myself.
Yeah, it's insane. So is there anything special about Hamish that somebody would notice off the bat that they could verify it was him? Like any scars or special markings in his hair? I know that you said something about his left horn tilts down.
Yeah, so a lot of horses. I'm very tired. I have not slept in 96 hours really at all. His horns, so typically a lot of Highlands, they're very symmetrical. They look the same on both sides. However, Hamish's left horn is like slightly lower than his right horn, and it almost like tilts down. It's very distinguishable. It's hard to miss. It's not a slight difference. Like, both of his horns are different ways. You can see it in the picture I sent you. Like, it almost looks like he's tilting his head, but he's not. That's how different his horns are on either side.
Now, does he have any scarring or marking, or maybe a splash of color?
He does not. He does not. So technically, when he was born, he was registered as a brindle cow. But to the naked eye, or someone who doesn't work with cattle on an everyday basis, would never consider him brindle. They would just consider him a large red or brown cow.
Okay.
He would never be considered a brindle unless you work with livestock and you're in deep in genetics.
Right.
You would never consider him a brindle.
Yeah, he's very handsome. I thought I saw the picture of him. I thought he was so cute.
He loves trees. When Scottish Highlands horns grow, they rub on trees a lot. And so he's like, we put him in a pasture with trees and like a big scratching post.
Uh-huh.
And so one day he did like rub a little too hard on his left hip. And so his hair like never grew back. It's essentially like a scar. To the naked eye, you would look at it and think it was like a botched brand, like somebody hot branded him and they did a really poor job and you couldn't make out what the brand said. Uh-huh. But it's literally just a scar on his left hip, and it's like a perfect circle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So it looks like a botched brand, like they branded him and it was not done properly, but it's not a brand. It's literally just a circle. And he rubbed on the tree too hard and gave himself like a little scar. Yeah.
And if we've got the community looking and people are searching, what can they do? Who can they reach out to if they suspect that they may have found him or seen him?
For that, they need to reach out to Navajo County Sheriff's Department, or they need to reach out to Globe PD. Or whatever county they're in, but they need to reference Navajo County or Globe.
Okay.
In order to like kind of connect the dots. They do need to mention that department if they're going to call their local law enforcement. And another important thing that law enforcement has asked me to ask is, if you think that you see Hamish, take a video, take a picture, give me a timestamp. This is where those flock cameras are going to be really important in finding Hamish, is that we need timestamps, we need days, and we need exact location.
Okay.
And picture evidence of whatever vehicle you think that he might be in. That's going to be the best way to utilize those flock cameras, because they cover such a wide range of highways.
Right.
And thousands of cars go by, and they might miss it if they don't have an exact timestamp where they can really slow things down and get a better look at it.
All these flock cameras that everybody's been complaining about might actually be a savior in this. Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
would you be? And I won't do it if you say absolutely no, but would it be okay for people to reach out to you if they see him? Because I know a lot of folks. You call the police, they'll call the police department because they're not going to try and call livestock, because livestock phone numbers aren't readily available, although we could put it on the podcast that we've been listed at the top. But
so your livestock agents are going to be hard. They do work within jurisdictions, like with other livestock with other agencies, like police force, sheriff's departments. Right. They're under their jurisdiction, so you can call them, but they're not going to be able to get it out as fast as law enforcement now that this is an open investigation.
Okay, so if they call the police, then that would work.
Yeah, but they do need to reference Navajo County Sheriff's Department or Globe PD, because that is where both cases are open with. Okay. They are welcome to call me, but the only way, now that this is an open investigation, please do not take civilian tips unless I have concrete evidence, like a video with a definite picture of Hamish and a license plate.
Okay.
So they'll take my tip and they'll hear me out, but they're not going to send their officers on a wild goose chase if I don't have concrete evidence of that tip.
And that's why we get our little posse together down in the valley. Mm-hmm. And if you get a civilian tip, you just let us know. Well,
Yeah, and
we'll get our
yeah,
little
and
vehicles in
and they
motion.
told me I'm welcome to continue to like take tips and try to follow the breadcrumbs myself. And if I get concrete proof, I can relay it. But really, if you know, like for a fact, like that is Hamish, and you take a picture and you send it in, like they can look at those slot cameras. They can call different departments. They can utilize the resources within themselves. As civilians, we cannot just like access that information because we want it, unfortunately.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, I understand why they want concrete proof because they don't want to be running around, but a lot of times you don't have the moment or the thought to pull out your camera unless you're 20 something, because 20 somethings record everything, right, Carly?
You don't need to call me out like that.
Oh, man. I'm the old lady and she's the 20 something.
Yeah, that is definitely the hard part. And I will say, I know a lot of people in the comments have said a lot of negative things about Globe Police Department and Navajo County Sheriff's Office. But really, Globe PD really got this thing rolling. And there was a female officer, I don't remember her name. She was on shift yesterday, and she took the time to go to Walmart and make sure that their loss prevention office would hear me out. And she spent hours trying to comb through footage to collect any evidence that she could. I mean, she really put her heart into it.
That was down in Globe?
That was in Globe. And Sergeant Cochran is willing to, like, hear me out. And then they actually contacted Navajo County Sheriff's Department again. And they helped us move this along. And there is one deputy who also is working through Navajo County Sheriff's Department. And he has also been very kind and very helpful. And he is also reviewing slot camera imaging. But without a definite trailer, I mean, so many horse trailers are white. You know, how do you separate that? You know, I mean, if you take 100 trailers, I guarantee you 90 of them are going to be white.
Yeah, mine is white. I have blue pinstriping, but mine is white.
I was going to ask you, do you know what kind of truck it is, or do you just know the color?
I don't. They said it was more like we think that the truck was white, but we were focused on the horse trailer. Mm-hmm. And then the Globe sighting, she wasn't paying attention to the truck. It was kind of like a situation, I've never seen a cow that large. She didn't say steer, she said cow, because she doesn't know livestock. But she said, I've never seen a cow that large. It was so surprising. Like, me and my brother were just looking at it like, wow, that's a big cow. And we, like, in hindsight, were looking like, oh, the trailer is white. But they weren't looking at that, and they had not heard about Hamish at that point in time. Mm-hmm. So we definitely were missing, some of those finite details. And then the lady who saw the white truck and trailer leaving, or saw the white trailer leaving her house, because it was 1 o'clock in the morning, it actually woke them up. Oh, and they were like, that's strange. Why are they driving so fast right in front of our yard at 1 o'clock in the morning? So when they got up and looked,
yeah, that's sketchy. And nobody has any Ring cameras?
Sorry, I think I lost you there. Do you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, we hear you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so they looked out the window and they saw, like, the side and the back of the trailer. They weren't able to look at the truck. And then the Apache Junction sighting also said a white truck and trailer. And he said the same exact thing that the lady in Globe said, like, I've never seen a cow that big. That's crazy. Or a cow with bangs. So that really stuck out to him. I haven't been able to speak to Apache Junction PD. The sheriffs kind of took it from here and told me that they would reach out to them directly. So I'm waiting to hear any more news on that. And then the livestock inspector did get back to me as well this afternoon and asked me to text him a picture of Hamish, and he has sent out all the information to every other livestock agent.
Well, we will definitely be keeping an eye on things around here, and we'll post pictures of him all over the place. And I have been sharing all of your posts that you put up.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I know what you're feeling. Mm-hmm. And so it's the worst feeling in the world when a beloved animal, because he's a pet, when our pet goes missing, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and Hamish is considered a senior cow, and he's done nothing but, like, bring joy to people's lives, so he deserves that retirement and being like home where he is spoiled and loved on. We want nothing more for him than to have, you know, that nice retirement in a pasture and being able to like live out the end of his days, because he served a purpose for everybody who owned him.
Right.
And you know, he deserves that, he earned that, and we don't want any harm to come to him. And that's really our end goal. And I know a lot of people go to like horrible things, but one thing I do want to note, so that way also people can stop spreading false information, is that Highlands are worth significantly more alive than they are dead right now in this market for cattle. And so that is one thing that's like giving us hope, is that he's not gone yet, because he is worth so much more money alive than he is dead. And he is old, so if you took him, he's old and he's not going to taste good, so don't butcher him.
Yeah, it floors me, the gall of some people. I mean, I saw that post and I shared it. I didn't even read it. I just said missing, and it was like, share.
Yes, and I appreciate you guys taking time out of your day and your evening and everything to record this podcast and to get the word out there. And sorry, I'm going to cry.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
I've never had this happen to me. I've had a dog run away, but was gone for like 2 seconds because realized it was better to come back home. And it's just like really hard to fathom that somebody would do that. And this is my assumption, but cows are smart. They don't like to work hard, and they're going to come back home to water. And so I believe that somebody took him seeing dollar signs for what Highland cows are worth right now in this market. And I just want to make sure that he's safe and that he comes back to me. And I just don't understand why anybody would take him.
Yeah. I really hope that the police investigate this as something important. I mean, they view livestock as just property. It's just a tool. And until they've lost something that's important to them themselves, they can't understand.
Yeah. And I think people see cows and think food, you know, and one thing that was special about Hamish, and even everybody who came to my house would be so surprised, is I would turn him out with the horses in different pastures, and I could walk out there and call his name, and he would come to me like a dog, like a dog. Like, he knew his name, he knew his home, he knew his people. Like, he was 100% aware of who he was and where he was at and the things that he wanted. And he wasn't just like a cow that we had. He really was our pet and a big part of our family and the surrounding community and the kids within the community.
Yeah. Well, we will get this podcast up tonight, and we'll get pictures. And did you want me to put your phone number for people to reach out to you, or do you want me to pass on that? I don't want to post your phone number for people to call if they have seen him or anything, unless you want that. I can have them call me.
You're welcome to post my phone number. I think people have been pretty respectful as far as like my personal phone number goes. This is actually not my personal phone number, the number I provided you guys with. It's one I run all of my livestock businesses through. So if I need to shove it to the side, I always can shove it to the side, and my family can still reach me on my other phone. So I am good at keeping that boundary in my work and personal life.
So should we post this number? Would you like me to post this number?
Yeah, you can post this number. That's fine.
Okay.
And please, if you start getting, more hate messages or anything from us posting this number, please let us know, and we'll remove it immediately.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I'd investigate anybody that comes after you.
Yeah, we've been looking into that and looking into some other options. And if I could leave it with anything, is that I know Hamish's previous owner. She's a wonderful human being, and I know the people who are supposed to purchase him, and they're also wonderful human beings. And I in no way, shape, or form think that they had anything to do with it. And I know they say, keep the people closest to you, and that you always look into them first. And there are, that people that you can look into, but I can say with 100% certainty that I know that neither one of them have him.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you want us to let the public know before we post this? My dogs are going crazy. Would you like a dog?
No, I have 7.
Oh, we have 13. I had a bunch of dogs dumped on me because I'm an equine rescue, so let's give her dogs.
Yeah, I definitely know how that goes.
So how would you like us to close this tonight?
That's a heavy one. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I don't think I really have let myself cry or accept the fact, what I'm really going through until today. So, I just want to say thank you to the community, the ag community, and the equestrian community for really coming to bat for us, and for really sticking up for me and my husband and protecting us when people were really trying to tear us down. And that I really do think that people and horses and cows and all animals, they're aware of where they're at and what is happening to them. And so I just don't want any harm to come to Hamish. And I just want him to come back home.
Well, we will do our best to get this spread far and wide, and hopefully we can help you get that net posse up. And I'll reach out to Deb Metcalf and see what we can do. And let's just get him everywhere and put the pressure on so these people bring him home.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
You're welcome. And please let us know that if there is anything else we can do for you, let us know. I mean, me and Maggie will go to the valley in a heartbeat. If there's someone down there that, messages you and says, oh, they may have seen him, we'll go down there in a heartbeat.
Okay.
It's only $74 for an airplane ticket.
Yeah. I did look that up the other day. I saw that.
It's very cheap to fly down. We'll just rent a very dark tinted vehicle.
Yeah.
I have no fun. I no problem stalking somebody.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you have that ability.
Yeah. I have faith in the people around us and the horse community and our ranchers, because I don't think a rancher took them.
Oh, I don't think so either. That's one thing I did leave out is that the 3 ranchers, I'm not going to name them because I don't know how much they want to be on social media or involved in this situation, but all 3 of them have been wonderful and kind and have been such a great help and have deployed resources and have come to my home to talk to me and to talk to other ranchers that we know that they know are good friends with us, and they really went out of their way to see if he was there before we went any other avenue, and have really supported me in my assumption that we think that he was taken, and haven't made me feel crazy. So I just want to thank them for taking the time out of their busy schedules and their day with their families to help my husband and I.
Yes. And he will help you, and hopefully the whole community will come in together. All of Arizona would be fantastic. We get all of Arizona to jump on this and get him home.
Yes.
I really thank you for your time, and I have your phone number because I was actually supposed to be calling you about a horse, but
oh yeah, Boogie.
No, I have a horse that had back surgery. We had to have withers removed.
Oh.
And so
okay, your horse.
Yeah.
Okay.
And his tendons are shot, so it was Mike Taylor. Michael Taylor gave me your phone number. And so
okay.
I said to call you. So
yes, well, I am here if you need me. Shameless plug. I massage people, and I also have some horses for sale. So I'll just throw that shameless plug in here while I'm here for now.
Hey, maybe we can raise some money,
Yes.
Coming by, I think I saw somebody post Boogie. Somebody was looking for a horse, and they mentioned Boogie. Our paths are starting to cross.
Yes. Well, it's wonderful.
You have a good night, and hopefully we can take some of the stress off your shoulders and get him located. The more his face is out there, the more people are going to see it, because he's not a common face.
Especially
he's a memorable breed.
No, and another thing for people looking at auctions and stuff is that a lot of the Scottish Highlands are actually minis. They're mixed with other breeds of cows, so they have that Scottish Highland look, but they're smaller and they can handle the heat a little bit better. They're more heat tolerant as far as like Arizona and Texas and New Mexico go. But Hamish is a standard Scottish Highland, so he is massive. Yeah. He is not small. He is full size, 1,800 pounds. His horns are about 8 feet in diameter, like from tip to tip. He is a big, big boy.
He is definitely distinguishable.
Yeah, and he's not going to fit in your average horse trailer. He's going to need a livestock trailer to move him.
Somebody knew what they were doing. I'd probably delve in deeper to anybody that reached out on that sale ad.
Yes, and we definitely have looked into that. But because it was on my personal page, I know most people, but not really anything else. But I kind of know their whereabouts and things. So those are not things that we're rolling out, but I don't know that would be anybody that had posted on there.
Right. Well, our fingers are crossed. We're saying some prayers, and let's get this podcast out with pictures everywhere. And definitely, if we can get that Net Posse thing going, that group is incredible. It is absolutely incredible. And then
I just got off work, and so I'm gonna call the lady back, and hopefully we can get that set up.
Excellent. And then I'll get you those other links for all the other stolen sites so that we can get him listed on there too.
Okay, perfect. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. And
thank you for
our
taking
prayers
the
are with
time.
you and your family. And if there's anything we can do, reach out. If there's updates, let us know because we will post it.
Okay, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Ashley.
All right. Bye. Have a good evening.
You too.
Bye.
Okay, everybody. Not the typical podcast that we're planning on doing, but this is something that's affecting a family locally. It's shameful the way some people are behaving and attacking this family, but we need to disregard all of that, and we need to act as a community, and we need to reach out and try and find this family's cow. You know, she was contemplating selling the cow, but she was only going to sell the cow to somebody she knew and friends. It wasn't something that she was going to just sell to any willy-nilly. So it was a family friend that was going to be taking Hamish. No money has changed hands. She just wants Hamish to come home. So we're pleading with anybody that is down in the valley, Payson, Apache Junction, Tucson, Globe, anybody who's within range of this podcast, please keep your eyes open for a beautiful Scottish Highland cow. He is absolutely adorable.
And we will definitely, like we said earlier, we'll include pictures. Anything that she sends us, we will include in this podcast.
And if you don't want to reach out to her, you are more than welcome to reach out to us. And we will, in turn, reach out to Navajo County or the livestock inspector.
Or Globe PD.
Or we'll even let Ashley know any tips that come in. So please keep your eyes open and keep your phones up. If you can take a picture, do it. We need you on this post specifically to like, comment, and share. Please follow us. Let us get this cow. I mean, it's a steer, but it's a cow. Let's get it back home where he belongs, back up the mountain. Thank you.
Oh, and one more thing. Please, like we mentioned earlier, if you see something, say something. Yes. Right now, anything helps. So if you happen to see a white truck and trailer with possibly a cow in it or something,
8 foot, she said 8 foot span on those horns.
And so he is very, very noticeable. It's not like you would not notice him.
He's a long-haired cow. I mean, there's not long-haired cows out here.
Especially in Arizona, they're not all that common. And like she mentioned earlier, most Highlands you see are mini Highlands.
Yes, and this is full size.
If you see a full-size cow steer with
bovine,
long brown hair, long horns, and it like an 1,800 pound cow, please say something.
Answers to the name
Hamish. Yes.
Say something. Even if you're not 100% sure, take a picture, let us know. will say something for you.
Right now, timestamps and pictures and just like hard evidence is what matters most right now. I know she wants to know, the police department wants to know, as if you have pictures, please share it.
Yes, share it with us. And we look forward to talking to you guys soon. I'm sorry this isn't the podcast we said we were going to be doing, but it is the one that needed to be done. So in the event that we have a situation like this will take top priority over what it is that we had planned to do. The phone number is listed on the screen, and you can reach out to us. You can reach out to Ashley or contact Navajo County PD,
Globe PD, and
livestock. You should be able to contact the police in the area that you're in and just mention Navajo County, and they'll be able to pull it up. So
either Navajo County or Globe PD.
Yes.
If you mention one of the two, then they'll
know
be
where
able
to go. Find it. Again, his name is Hamish. He's a Scottish Highland cow, and we need him to come home. You know, I found Chardonnay 7 years later. Cows don't have 7 years. Steers don't have 7 years. People see cows differently than they look at horses.
Yeah.
So let's bring him back home to Ashley and her family.